Hi, this is 333, and this is Kiki from 333, and this is the week ahead with Cancer. So this is for October 31st to November 6th, 2021. It's a general reading, so it won't resonate with every Cancer, but if you have Cancer in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, etc., it should still resonate to some extent. If you want a more specific reading, book a reading with me. My website will be in the description, but it's 333.online. The first and second three is written out, and the first and third three is written out. The second one is the number 3, but it'll be in my description if that's confusing. So 333.online. If you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel and like my video. So let's get on with this Cancer. This is the first row, Judgment, 9 of Pentacles. The Chariot, which is actually in tarot, the Chariot is the card of the Cancer. This is the Cancer zodiac. Shadow is the King of Wands. Okay, so off top, you have a Cancer in your spread. So you will really feel like yourself, if that makes sense. Basically, this one thing about the Chariot is that in Cancers, because Cancers correspond to the Chariot, you guys have a tendency to be passive aggressive because Cancer, the sign is a crab. A crab doesn't walk straight ahead. It doesn't walk straight ahead. And so basically that correlates to how people with Cancer can be very passive aggressive. Another thing about Cancers, crabs have a hard shell, they have a hard body. And it relates to how people who are Cancer can be very defensive. So just be aware of your positive and your negative traits. Be aware of not being passive aggressive. Be aware of trying to be more communicative. And be aware of not being defensive and taking things very personally. But luckily, you will feel in your element. So you will really charge full speed ahead with whatever goals you have. The 9 of Pentacles here makes me feel like you will definitely go full speed ahead towards materialistic things or money, stuff with money, like jobs. You might work overtime this coming week of October 31st to November 6th. You might work overtime, or there might be something that you're saving up for to spend money on. This week is about money for you. You want to treat yourself. You feel like you've been very goal-oriented. You feel like you've been really taking charge. And so you want to treat yourself. That's the 9 of Pentacles. However, all that glitters is not gold. And so just make sure that you are not trying to substitute something in your life with money and with materialistic things. Do not let the materialism consume you. Because you might also feel very lonely. 9 is a very lonely card. So, but it's a good thing because it's nice for you to be in nature. It's getting kind of cold. But you just feel really a need to be alone and reconnect with yourself. Judgment indicates how you really feel called to do this. You just want some quiet time. It seems like you've been very overworked, and so that's why you kind of want to just be by yourself and take care of yourself and just love on yourself. That's what you feel called to do this week coming up. Second layer, the Fool, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords. So what I'm doing is, just so you know, I'm doing the spreads first, and at the end, I'll do the shadows. So I didn't do the shadow of the first one. So the Fool, Queen of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So next week, another thing to be aware of is that you might just go a little bit overboard with the treating yourself. You might go overboard that it's like you're falling off a cliff. You're really taking that leap of faith with your finances. And because of this, you will hear a lot of criticism. That's the Queen of Swords. A lot of criticism, a lot of people feeling like you should be more responsible, or they might just have a different idea of how you should handle your finances. And it will feel like a stab in the back. And so you might feel obligated with the 7 of Swords to keep your finances to yourself. The 7 of Swords can also indicate feeling like you're walking on tiptoe around other people. So this probably go along with you wanting to be alone. You just feel like people's not really happy for you. They're always trying to tell you what to do or dictate what you do and how and what you spend money on. And so you just feel like you have to tiptoe around people. And so you're kind of being hush-hush next week about your plans, about your finances, your goals, because you feel like people don't really care or people are going to judge you. The last line is, so I have Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Tower. Okay, so the Page of Swords really do indicate that gossip, that back talking, and people will most likely really check your social media, see what you're up to. You might be a very open person, and so people feel a little bit entitled to your life. A lot of entitlement here from the people around you. And those people in your life who also feel very competitive with you, this is the Five of Wands. They feel like your life cannot be as great as it seems like from the outside looking in, and so they're like very critical of you because they're jealous of you. There's a lot of jealousy I see here, and people you might not even realize is jealous of you. You know, this happens behind the screen. The Page of Swords is like a social media person stalking you on social media. So you might not even realize that there's some kind of competition. But one thing about these three cards that I'm reading now is that's more towards the end of the week. And so you have this Tower here that you might find out who's secretly hating on you. You will get a realization like, wow, it's been her, it's been him who secretly didn't like me this whole time. That's that Tower revelation. So with the shadows, the first shadow we see here is the King of Wands. That was with the spread that had Judgment, it had Knight of Pentacles, it had the Chariot. And so just a recap, this is basically about the fact that you've been very single-handedly achieving your goals. And so you feel a need to really treat yourself, focus on yourself, and you also just kind of just be alone and just not focus on all those external forces. There's that King of Wands here with that. That's the shadow for this one. So the King of Wands really shows your emphasis on self-development, focus on yourself, using your motivation, and really directing your motivation. You know, you don't want to be cooped up inside all day. You really want to use all your excess energy. You have a lot of energy. The next shadow is the King of Cups. So another King card. You have the King of Cups. And so again, just to recap, this spread was with the Fool. It was with the Queen of Swords. Show you a little bit better. The Queen of Swords. And it was with the Seven of Swords. And so this was just a recap. This is basically about the fact that you don't want to be foolish with your money, and that people may be like secretly watching you, making fun of you, talking about you, judging you. You feel the need to walk on eggshells around people, maneuver around people. You don't really want to talk to people because you know that they're judging you. So that again, shadow is the King of Cups. So you might be pretty emotional at this time, but again, you're staying true to yourself. You're staying alone because you don't want to argue. You don't want to argue out of emotion. You want to keep focus on yourself. That's basically what it is. The King of Cups, he's an advocate, so he does stick up for himself, but he's also very emotionally mature. And you're right now, you want to be recluded. You want to be alone, so you don't want to have to constantly advocate for yourself. You'll just be like, okay, you know what? I don't feel like being that advocate role. I'll just step back and be alone. So the last shadow is with the last three cards I had. It's just the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Tower, which again is that someone is in competition with you, but you may not know about this, but you will find out pretty soon who this person is, and they'll be like, really? So that shadow again is the King of Wands. So you have two King of Wands. The first King of Wands is from the writer. Wow. I feel like I don't even know English, or I don't know anything. Oh my goodness. The first King of Wands is from, I don't have the picture with me. It's from the usually the the deck that most people use, Rider-Waite deck. This King of Wands is from the After Tarot. So the events in this deck occurs immediately after the events in the Rider-Waite deck. I feel like I'm saying that name wrong, but whatever. So these are happening moments from each other. And so on one, so you've been very direct, you've been very focused, but then there's also a shift in energy. So you see how there's like a little shift in energy, like so before in the King of Wands, you're looking to the past. That's the left side. And so your energy and your focus basically comes from not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. That's why you've been so focused recently on your goals and your dreams. And the fact that it shifts to the present is the fact that you're like, okay, you basically feel like you're proud of yourself and that you've been overcoming the past issues, that now you're just focused on the present. You're focused on, okay, like I forgive myself for what I did in the past. Now I still have the same energy, but the focus is different. It's not focusing on, oh, I want to be better because I need to forgive myself for the past. I want to be better because I want to rectify mistakes in my past. It has shifted to, I want to be better because I want to be better for me, who I am right now. So it's just a little shift in mindset. Well, so thank you so much for joining me for the week ahead spread. This is Cancer. So again, it's a general reading. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to this channel and like my video. And again, this is Kiki. I'm so tired. It's actually like, what time is it? It is 6:48 p.m. right now, and I'm so tired. I'm actually going to the movies with my boyfriend, and I just want to do that. So goodbye, guys.